even further beyond!
Yes, sir. My name's Zakashi, guys, and in this video here, we're going to be looking at the most valuable leader slot units. And this is so that you can form a team around any units that you want, but these units here will be the leader slot units. So you could have anyone as a leader, and everybody will take effect from their Z abilities as long as you bring them into the battlefield. That's the beauty of the leader slot. If you don't know what it is, if I just show you one of my teams randomly, you can see that the first person in the leader slot in this case is Super GR, and I'll just give you a quick description of how it works in case you don't know. So if we look at the team, this guy's a God Key member, right? Super GR over here is not a God Key character. However, because he's in the leader slot, he would actually get the buff from God Vegeta, and God Vegeta would actually get the buff from him as well, simply because God Vegeta is in the leader. So he takes effect of the whole team because he's carrying the team essentially. If you go into details, you can actually check that. You scroll down here, you see Vegeta. Select the leader as a battle member, and this effect will activate even if this character does not meet the necessary conditions. So you can see it says 25% attack, God Key, base strike, attack and defense during battle. But Super Goji is obviously not a God Key member, but he'll still get that effect as long as you bring Super Goji into the battle, which is actually very, very good. That's the beauty of the leader slot, and that's what we're going to be discussing in this video, based on what units are the most valuable for your actual team building. A lot of people will find this video useful, and of course, if you think there's anybody else that I haven't mentioned in this video, be sure to leave a comment, because obviously my word isn't law, but I feel like I can give enough valuable information to help you guys get a good start, if not better, any of your teams that you already have. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button, man. We are on this grind to 30,000 subscribers. All my social media links are going to be at the bottom of the screen. There's the YouTube channel where we've got Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and the Discord link. All in the description below. Gonna have to sit up for this one. But yeah, man, let's get into this video now. I didn't want to do it, but starting off the video, we have to do it. MUI Goku, MVP of leader slot right now, I have to say. This video isn't necessarily going to be in order, but specifically him, he's just the most valuable leader slot character, simply because he changes everybody's playstyle in a PvP battle. Is undeniable. If you're facing up against him, you're going to be standing still for a lot of the time. If not, you're going to be trying to take out his gauge, and that could cause you to lose a lot of priorities because you're focused on his gauge more than actually hitting him, because you can't hit him unless you use your ultimate, rush, blue card, green card. If you use one of those, it's like a long time frame where he can just vanish step you and then stand still again. It's really annoying to deal with. He fits well on so many teams, on top of the fact that his team, God Key, is actually the top team in the game, in my opinion anyways. Looking at him, I've seen a lot of people run him on Fusion Warriors, which is disgusting, because Fusion Warriors is just known to have a lot of offensive capabilities, and then putting MUI on top of that is just disgusting. Can't believe people do that. No, I actually just can't believe MUI is in the game, rather. It's not even that people do that, it's just crazy. And androids, I don't have the tag droids, but they're a big part to the team. If you go to character list, I'm going to go to character list and bring them up. You don't know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about these two guys and girls here, Android 17 and 18, the tag assist, tag switch unit. They are really, really annoying to deal with. You put them with MUI, that's like a red, purple setup with Cell. And then on top of that, people also run him on Future. I don't have a Future set up, but MUI on Future as well is also very valuable. I'd say those three are top teams in the game, probably like God Key, androids, and a Future setup. Them three go crazy. Fusion's maybe close fourth, but with MUI on the leader slot, a lot of people run that. It's very, I wouldn't call it a cheap team, but because Fusion Warriors are mostly like hype units, a lot of people just generally have Fusion Warriors. So then slapping MUI on top is just another hype unit, and then you can build a decent team with it. It's disgusting, honestly. MUI and leader slot, you've probably seen him all over the place, but I had to mention him, give him a bit extra time in this video, just simply because he's everywhere. Number 2 on this list, we got Future Gohan. Future Gohan is a unit that comes with endurance, and I feel like that's his main selling point. However, if we actually go into his kit as well, another thing that's actually very, very useful is the fact that he actually buffs his allies. It's in the second one, Unbreakable Will. You can see here, where is it? The following effects occur after enemy attack is over, plus 25% to damage inflicted by allies. If they tap you twice, that's 50% to your allies. That's a big buff. That's a very big buff. He can fit on any team. He's not restricted by any tags, which is what gives him a lot of freedom to move around as a leader. very, very useful. The endurance is just that extra layer, and a lot of people have him high star, surprisingly. He's been out for over a year now. He released like 2021 January. It's been a long time, like time's really flown. People run him on Fusion Warriors, Future Gohan Fusion Warriors. Give that endurance layer, slightly better than Marjube as well, simply because he actually provides that extra layer of support to the team, buffing them offensively, which is great. Got him here with the droids. The droids are technically Future if you're running just the tag androids and Cell, but because Cell, I believe he doesn't specifically buff Future. Let me just check that before I'm waffling. You can see that he doesn't. Future Gohan actually brings the team together as a Future team, but because Cell specifically doesn't buff Future, you can call it Android, but with Future Gohan on the leader slot. I've also seen people run him on LOE, which I wouldn't advise, but it just goes to show that he can fit on a numerous amount of teams, just simply because he's not locked in by any tags in his kit or anything like that, and he gives that extra layer of support through his offensive buffs for the allies, and the fact that he actually has endurance, which is a very big thing, especially nowadays in the meta. It can be nullified, but the enemy still has to think about it, especially if they're trying to use a rush or something. It's very annoying to deal with, very annoying to deal with, which is what makes him just generally valuable. So shout out my boy Future Gohan. Even though he's a yellow and he's down in the mud right now, people still bring him out to play simply because he supports and he has endurance. Just goes to show how valuable those things are. Another must mention, I feel like, is Angel Golden Frieza. LOE merchants, nobody likes you guys. Love this guy, and for good reason. He's another unit that's not locked in to any like tags or anything like that, so you don't have to use him in any specific teams. So there's a lot of freedom with using him. He does pretty much everything, man. He's like a new generation Green Goku Black, and if you guys know about Green Goku Black, you already know how much of a problem that guy is, man. But sustain damage up every time he does a strike, anti-blast armor, which is insane. Blue card, extreme bleed, is annoying, underrated in my opinion, very underrated. Green card gives him a blue card, even though that only activates once. It's a big deal. You can combo everything into it. It has blast armor, gives him key damage inflicted. The main ability is stacked. Health, drawing new cards. The cards also give him health because of one of his unique ability. Can't cover change him. Cancels own attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions, enemy buff effects. All insane, man, all insane. This is a whopping unique ability. And what's really annoying is that with the meta currently, everybody's really running MUI. So there's going to be a lot of like God Key teams. God Key is mained off of Goku and Vegeta, with the exception of Vados and Whis here and there. Maybe Beerus, but let's be honest. So with this bit at the top, inflict enemy tag Saiyan with attribute downgrade. It's really gonna annoy a lot of Gokus and Vegetas, and not even just Goku and Vegetas, a lot of Fusion Warriors as well. And mostly like any other tag, like it's just so broad that it's really annoying, and it's a lot more inconvenient than you see that meets the eye. Like when you're dealing with it, you do 2 cards, you're low on key, and that's insane. Other things that happen when an enemy attack is over, he just destroys a card randomly, activates 4 times, which is really annoying. Restores his health, 30% of own health. Reduces enemy Dragon Balls by 1. It's just real things that just bother you a lot, which allows him to just have freedom to fit anywhere. I've seen a lot of people use him on Fusion Warriors. Fusion Warriors is a popular team because they often don't restrict anything, which is actually really good. Droids as well, which is insane. Droids been everywhere. The only other one I haven't really seen him on is God Key, and that's because the Green Vegeta, he has a platinum equip which actually bases his damage off, he gets more damage based on how many God Key members he has, so he needs to have 2 others. The equipments don't take into account the leader slot, so he wouldn't fit well there, but I have seen people do that, which is insane, just because of how valuable this Green Frieza is. You can play around and toss him on different teams, and I'm telling you, he would do you justice. He would generally do you justice. There's a reason why LOE merchants slave him out. Like, they literally use him all the time, no matter what, because he's that useful. Had to mention him in this video. I wouldn't be doing this video justice if I didn't. Now, this is going to be the first Ultra to be mentioned in this video, probably the only one. But we got Ultra Super Gogeta. Now, this guy here, in my opinion, generally has the easiest kit to use in the game, and it's so stupid how much of a one-man army this guy is. A lot of units can pull off comebacks, But this guy here has everything in his arsenal to make you win that game when you're down. It's easier to win with him when you're down 1 unit than it is when you're with 3 units, which is insane. It shouldn't work like that. But he literally offers everything in his kit. The stats are there. Melee types, in my opinion, melees are more valuable than blast. But he gets key every time he does a strike cards. He has blast arm on the strike cards. Blue card destroys all of your enemy cards. Special move damage extra. Green card has all of this. Come on, man. Ultimate arts. He has 2 of those, by the way. Insane. Main ability, restoring his health. But everybody knows what's really valuable about him is his gauge. So every time he fills his gauge, which is insane, he gets a blue card, damage inflicted, and some other buffs here and there, which are just generally important. On top of the fact that he gains health. When he's 1 person down, literally Ultimate Avenger, forget Marvel's cinematic universe, we're talking about this guy here. He gets an Ultimate Art, the second one, when he's last stand. So if you haven't even used your main, you still got that extra one, which is insane. Goes type neutral 2 times when 1 person dies. Locks them in as well. So just off that, I don't even need to read the rest. You can put him on any team, any team, and he will do you justice. Because if you lose anybody that's not him, he's going to win you that game as long as you utilize him well. It's not a thing where it's hard to use him as well. He has everything to literally bring you that win. He's a lot easier to use than a lot of these real good units. I'll compare him to MUI and the tag androids, or any tag unit at that. Kaioken as well. Very easy to use. A lot of people opt in for this guy if they haven't got any of the newer units like the androids and MUI, and you can easily see why. I'm sure you faced up against him to know. But shout out Ultra Super Gogeta, because he's won me too many games on his own, and I literally put him everywhere because he's just that dumb. Don't need to explain anymore. I'm not even going to show you the teams because he can fit on every team. Simple as. I had to do it. This is going to be the last slot. I had to do it. People really be enjoying this guy. And I know you know why. If you don't know why, you're going to get to know why. This is a little fun unit here. I'm going to call him a fun unit. It's a fun unit. Hero Hercule. Hero Hercule, man. Hero Hercule. Very, very good support type. He's good at what he does. He's extremely good at what he does. He's actually phenomenal at what he does. Because this guy here will cause you more problems than you've ever seen in your life. Main ability. He's got more lines than Vegito Blue's Plastic. Nah. But he just locks you in for 10 time accounts. 10 time accounts is a long time. That's a very long time. But it is uniques that cause you problems. Fancy chocolate, help yourself. Reading with the second one. 100% chance to inflict strong poison and paralyze. There's only a select few characters that actually are able to withstand this thing, and most of them are not in the meta right now, with the exception of a few that actually gain the immunity upon certain cards, such as Ultra Super Gogeta if he pops his green, and I believe Super Vegito just for example. But Gogeta 4, for example, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, he has immunity to it off rip. Vegito Blue, if you start with him, the Zenkai, if you start with him, he also has it off rip, which is very valuable to note. There's a lot of units that are anti the paralyze, but the fact that you're continuously losing health, even though it's not a lot, but getting paralyzed allows people to win. If you've been subscribed to my channel, Hercule Instinct is what the team is called. It's problematic. Hercule Instinct, man, using Hercule, the fact that he can just lock you in and then cause you to be paralyzed consistently forces you to play in ways that you don't even know how you're playing. It's going to be drastic measures. You're pulling out drastic measures, that's all it is. But he also +2 to his own sub count, but shortens his ally sub count as a result. So it's like a substitute. It is worth it simply because he's going to get you that lock in, and if you're using a high output damage unit, and by the time you actually do lock in, when do you get 10 time accounts? By the time you actually use it effectively, you'll probably have your ultimates up, and that's a guaranteed kill, if not a rush. It's really annoying, and I'm sure everybody knows and that actually plays ranked PvP. This guy here is very valuable, but it's scummy to use him. But there's no rules in ranked PvP. Triple rush if you have to. Quadruple rush if you have to. Damn, 5-time rush if you have to. Do what you need to do to secure that dub, man. And a lot of people have been using this guy within reason. I ain't got no more to say about it, man. I'm gonna end off the video like that. These were my top 5 picks for the most valuable leader slot units. Oh, my battery there. There might have been some I missed out, but I feel like these stand out the most to me, especially right now in the 4th anniversary. Might change in the near future with a couple Zenkais that release, or even free-to-play characters such as the Gogeta, the green Goku's gonna Zenkai. We don't know what's gonna come, platinum equipment, etc, etc. But for now, this is what I've got. Vegito Blue Zenkai is in the game as well, so I might be pairing up a couple of these leader slot units with Vegito Blue. I don't know, I'm just putting that out there. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. I appreciate you guys for watching the video. Press the subscribe button if you haven't already. We're on this grind to 30,000 subscribers. All my social media links are going to be on the bottom of the screen. This is the YouTube channel. We've got Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and a Discord link all in the description below. I don't know why I took off my glasses, but again, thank you guys for watching the video. My name is Zakashi, guys. Oh, my eyesight went terrible. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Please, lend me your energy!